Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, Be Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the book, deep, because I got a good lesson for you today. It's called Lifting the Veil of Ignorance. Think about it. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. You know what we do. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht, be true. My yacht is what lifts the veil of ignorance, just in case. Right thinkers, let's talk about practicing right thing philosophy is lifting the veil of ignorance. Self-knowledge, spiritual enlightenment, those are things that take care of that, not knowing. Now you know, so you're no longer ignorant. There's some things you do to make that happen. I'm going to help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. The veil of ignorance, as stated in the ancient Egyptian text. We had ancient Egyptian text, the book of coming forth by day, meaning after death, going to the afterlife. Christians got a book that y'all call the Bible. Acronym for what? Basic instruction before leaving earth. Okay? So even y'all know that we leaving earth. No, not the body, the spirit. So let's go. But we had the book of coming forth by day. The eternal soul comes to earth. Again, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. What is the human experience for? Your eternal soul comes to earth to learn certain lessons. We call them life lessons. And to become purified. Knowledge is coming here with a white memory. Don't know nothing. Purification is what? Obtaining knowledge of itself. So what? Now it knows itself. Is conscious of who it is, knowledge of self, enlightened, and reach state of Neha, spiritual enlightenment, anointing, all that good stuff that you have to work to acquire. When you do that, you go home. That's the ticket, that's the concept. My forehead itching. Okay, but the whole idea is there was always a process to get to God. It didn't just start with Christians 2,000 years ago. No, we've been doing this a long time. That's my point. And I'm not saying what y'all doing is wrong. Never said that. It ain't the only way. My way, I know ain't the only way, but I do know it's the way and it works for me. My pastor knows that book is the way. Why? Because it works for him. I understand that. My brother-in-law knows Islam is the way. Why? Because it works for him. You see where we're going with this? Everybody's entitled to their way. It's 9 billion people on this earth. That means it's 9 billion ways to get to God. Hope you understand the concept. All right, let's go. But purification means knowledge, to know who you are. In the process of evolution, you have virtues and you will have vices. Again, choices, and they are experienced by who? Us. And it's all based on what? Our own mental disposition. ignorance. If you're acting on ego and ignorance, you're going to make mistakes. Moving on. Ain't nobody perfect? No. Perfect is knowing thyself. And perfect in your actions, perfect in your intentions, perfect in the things you do. That's perfection. Not being perfect. No, it don't work that way. Our purity of heart, it determined the situations and the outcomes of what? Those situations we have to deal with in life on what? A day-to-day, minute-to-minute basis. Through repeated, watch this, and because of repeated embodiments, aka reincarnation, due to your ignorance of yourself, cycle continues. Watch this. We are led by our own soul to what? Experience what you call the act of living. Spirit, without the body, is just there. And astral just waiting, hovering around nothing. It needs to go home. It don't have no identity. It needs a physical body to have what we call life, a cycle of birth from the child, go through life and what? Get awakened. So now when that life is over for that physical body, it goes home. Other than that, it's going to hang around. Okay, conceptually. All right. But now, attempting, you live life, do I? You are attempting, that's not what happened. I know I'm an idiot. Attempting all the time to find what? What we call ultimate, absolute bliss. Y'all call it heaven, whatever you can call it. We call it Hotep, supreme peace, which will, what? You reach this level of supreme peace, Hotep, or enlightenment, you are what? Eliminating your pain. Why? Because once you elevate to spiritual consciousness, you are spiritually enlightened. So the physical body and the spirit don't have pain. It don't have suffering. That's why they die. Oh, they going someplace better. They no longer, oh, that's good. But the body, we talking about the person, spirit and consciousness. If it's where it need to be, it's going to a better place. If not, I'm going to have his way with the spirit, the heart get eaten, and the consciousness is no longer in existence, but the spirit goes on. Why? It didn't make it. Spirit don't die. Consciousness does. And that's been the question, do the conscious live on? Yeah, if it's enlightened, when it makes connection with the heart, mind coherence, now what? The spirit is now enlightened with what? Consciousness of what? Itself. Trying to make it make sense to you. But reaching that level while alive eliminates you from pain and sorrow and suffering from what? From the human concepts of the ego that will cause you all those things. Okay? Why? It is because of the veil of ignorance. That's why. Of what? To your true nature of your soul and of who? God, who you really are. And that we interact like this. Your ego thinks this interacts with the universe as it what? As if it really exists. What it do? I thought, whoa. Listen, calm down. Your ego, personality, your ignorant self thinks that. But watch this. As we were interacting with what? An entity other than what? Ourselves. Remember, we're individual God concepts just having our own way while he's just chilling, sleeping. Okay, he's in he's like dream, just goes on in his dream. We're all part of God's dream, having experiences of his own self in all different kinds of ways. He knew everything. He ain't going nowhere. What the hell? Have fun. You become a human for a while. See what that's about. Moving on. And the kicker is, every human being is God playing a role, not knowing who it is. The idea is to what? Wake up and realize who you are. Now you can go home. I like that concept. That's not what I'm saying. That's my idea. But from what my study and understanding, I have a concept that I can interject and just show you it makes sense. You ain't got to follow it, believe it, or agree with it, but it makes sense. If we knew the truth, and some of us do, watch this. If we all knew the truth, powers that be would be in trouble. But for those who knew the truth, what happened? We would become enlightened, what'd that say? With sage and saints. I take a picture of my pastor. I always say, I put him on one side, I'm on the other. He's the saint, I'm the sage. Why? He got his way to God through the religious and the spiritual concept of Christianity. 40 years longer, he got his stuff together. He found God. I, on the other hand, went the long way. I dipped that, went here, went about. I went also. I still made it. But when I got to the top. Guess who's there? I'm sure the last person he would think to be there when he was there would be me. So yeah, we surprise each other now. We rolling, and thereby, when you achieve that level, that's called ultimate freedom. Conceptually, when you are free from the nonsense. And he lived his way, I lived my way. But we both reached that level. And watch this. This point is the main theme of Egyptian yoga. It's the same thing for Christianity, obviously. Why? It got him there, I'm there, and will be elaborated more on throughout this volume. Breaking it down. The things that he do, the way he do it, totally different than what I do. But guess what? We both at the same place. So no matter how you do it, the idea to get you there. And respectfully. You don't ask, man, how you get here? Nope. If they're there, you happy to see them. All right, here we go. Like George said, it's always good to see what? The face of a good friend. Okay, when you in somewhere, ain't nothing better than seeing the face of a good friend. And if you make it to that level, ain't nothing better than seeing somebody that you know. Ain't gonna be a whole bunch. No, won't be the crowd. No, you want fast. No, this ain't for you. That ain't happening. You want the other party. That's downstairs. You want the other party. A lot of us take that route. No, moving on. Again, their choice. When the spirit, understand this, when your spirit, or our innermost self, which is what it is of God. God ain't man, God is spirit, and we all in his image spiritually, is ready to make the final journey home. Right there. When the spirit is trying to, when the physical body is over, the spirit had to be decided. Excuse me, where it's going. If it's not enlightened, it already know it ain't going home. Why? It don't know where home is. It don't know itself. Okay, it's the inner thing that you got to deal with, and unless you experience it, you don't know. But watch this: it's journey back home to what? Its source. What's its source? God. The source for spirit is God. But don't thought. Just listen, pay attention, try to understand. The source of God, it begins to acquire what? About its nature and of its existence. And now thereby causes what? Pressure on the mind. Namely, what? The ego personality. Got to start asking questions. And then it can't. Okay? Our ba. The spirit, the bird, you see me doing it back to the dice to do that? That's your ba. That's our individual God consciousness, meaning that's what we can be conscious of. That's why it has your head on it. And if your head ain't on it, if that head is the falcon's head, that means you didn't become conscious of yourself. So you ain't taking that trip, okay? You're on your own. Stay here, be done. Do over. And it begins to what? Apply subtle pressure. The spirit be like, after so many reincarnations, it's starting to get a little impatient, so it starts to do a few things. And it's starting pressure on what? On your waking consciousness. Not just subconscious, but say, yo, my man, you need to start, at a certain point, don't you feel like, okay, I've done this before. This seems to get old, but some people like certain things, and they don't have a problem with that. But don't you say, well, it's got to be something, man. Come on, God, you feel deja vu. I've been doing it for many times. The spirit wants you to get out that mode and to become conscious in the form of what? Subtle suggestions. They call synchronicity. Some people call it luck. If you want to do right and good, you start living by spiritual discipline, doing what's right and good. I ain't say go join church. No, just live. Damn what you are. Just live it. Why? That's what's recognized. Not your religion, your deeds. And what happens? When you begin to recognize, this brings on your wisdom, and it's the wisdom from what? Our ancient Egyptians who put in the scripture and taught you how to develop your interest in what? Certain books such as this one. Lecture stuff self-help books. Everybody who get rich and famous, they're gonna tell you how they did it. Everybody telling me or asking me, are you gonna write a book? No. Why not? No. You gonna make money? No, don't care. Why? I got books up the wazoo. I'm the only one who read the damn things. I don't see nobody with a book in their hand. Hey, why I go? I got a book. I don't see kids carrying books no more in school. At least back in the day, they tell you had a phrase, you drop the book, you lose your lesson. If you come home and your child don't have math, English, and other ideas of books, what they doing? Those are books. Don't you got book with that book backpacks to carry books? No, y'all carry guns and everything else, clothes, all that nonsense, drugs, whatever. Everything but what the damn thing is made for. So we really ain't doing nothing. That's ignorance. That's the veil of ignorance right there. Not knowing. And we doing everything without really knowing what the hell we doing until we find out we messed up. That's Monday morning quarterbacking. I don't want to realize I made a mistake after I made it. That don't make no sense. Moving on. Let me write this up. I see the clock ticking. All right. It ain't in my favor no more. Let me get this lesson out. But becoming in tune, what they call the pressures of your spirit, is really allowing oneself to now be guided by your intuition. Let your conscience be your guide. But if your conscience is ignorant and egoistic, you don't want that guide in you. Why? Most people do. Why? That's all they know. So you can't fault them for that. Excuse me. That's why I try to help. I'm not here to criticize. I'm here to help. And most of us be guided by your intuition. That's our set. And letting go of the negative ideas and wrong thoughts, which we know or believe to be untrue or fruitless. If it's of no use, why think it? Do it. What? What's the outcome? What's the purpose? Live for purpose, rhyme, and reason. There you go. This is the best part. Mental purification. It requires your utmost patience with yourself. When I first started meditating, I wasn't getting nothing. It wasn't doing nothing. It wasn't going. Why? Because I was thinking. The whole time I'm meditating, I'm still thinking. So I'm not letting go. I'm not surrendering. I'm not giving in. I'm still holding control of my ego. My ego wasn't. And when Malcolm, it made so much sense to me. Why? Because when Malcolm said he could not bend his knees and give in, I understand that. My ego refused to just acquiesce. No, you got to prove it to me. I'm old school. You got to show me. And that's a lot of us fall short of getting where we got to go because of our ego self. Excuse me. Which we know, believe. And by doing that, everything we do is wrong and fruitless. Why? It's no purpose. But when mental purification requires your utmost patience within yourself. And I can know that for a fact because it was hard for me to really meditate or to get anything out of it. Why? I wasn't doing it right. You can't meditate and think. Don't work that way. So that was a long time ago. I'm fully past that now, but I understand because I've been there. Again, interest in the world as an absolute reality. Thinking this physical world is it, you will be back. The notion, watch this, that there is nothing else beyond this physical world, this reality, guaranteed reincarnation. Why? Because there is something other than this. That's the whole point. Spiritual ain't physical. It's the next level up, okay? And watch this. Is left behind. Everybody who thinks that is always left behind gradually. And new psychological impressions and experiences are introduced until they become established in their own reality. Meaning until they wake up and realize who they are, they're going to keep going on, back and forth, keep reincarnating, called the cycle of life. For those who don't know themselves, those who remain ignorant, and those who haven't lifted the veil of ignorance for themselves will continue to reincarnate for themselves. And at this point, we wake up from the consciousness that we have been used to as if waking up from a dream. Yeah, it's like that. I can tell you. But this is what they call attaining Haruhood, Christhood, becoming a Buddha, or my favorite Krishna, or my classic Nihas. Gaining the knowledge of self, self-mastery. Why? Through working and studying and practicing the lesson that'll help you do just that. I'm here to give you the information to do just that. This is freaking me out. Now I'm teaching it. 10 years ago, I was really just learning it, and it was engaging. I was just all in it. And I started practicing it. I started manifesting it. So now I'm going back, this like, oh, I know this. I know this. I know this now. When I first learned it, I was learning it. I lived it, so now I actually know it. That's the difference. Let me wrap it up for you. Excuse me. Something in my throat. That which is the fundamental truth from our ancient ancestors, like the Christian believe the blood of Christ is the fundamental truth. My ancient philosophies, Shita Nebi, is the fundamental truth from my ancient ancestors. And watch this. It's the substantial reality, and it is beyond true naming. But the wise men call it, you ready? The all. That's the name they call for God. Okay, we call him omnipotent. It's all come down to the same thing. The all. Absolute. We call him the virtue, supreme. All God, all that means the same thing. But they say the wise man put it. I hate when people talk 2 or 3 minutes to make, I can say what you just said in 2 or 3 words. Save me the aggravation. Get to the point. Make your point. Use the word that describe what you're trying to say and move on. Sorry. Some people use what I call 10-cent words. Some people use $100 words. Big difference. So pick what you're comfortable with and know who you're talking to. I'm not going to take a $100 bill to a mama's pop store. I'm not going to talk to you eloquently and educated when you only, pennies. So moving on. Understand, learn them people and meet them where they are. That's all. There are many paths of liberation. Again, to get to God. Liberation, free yourself, whatever you want to call it, is all the same thing, to knowing thyself. But they all lead to what? The same destination, where? The one, the all, again, that is within what? Us. It ain't outside us. The people who tell you God is outside there, don't listen to them. And it's within us. And what's this? All other things, again, this world of apparent multiplicity, which many different objects and people, is really just a manifestation of what? The one true reality, which is what we call God. The spirit that's in us. The consciousness is ours. The gift of spirit is God's gift to us. We got to use what he gave us to know him, to thank him. That's your return. Because why? He wants the spirit back. Only way he can come back home is purified. Knowledge of self. Remember? Purification? Okay. Now, excuse me. Until you gain a complete understanding of this most important point that leads to what? The self-realization. AKA the truth. Ding, 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 ding. I love this. Why? This is self-mastery, or cosmic consciousness, becoming God conscious, Christ conscious, liberation, no longer being bound by ignorance, knowing thyself, enlightenment, salvation, etc. You see where I'm going? All these is named for the same thing. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show you. It don't make a difference what you call it. The only thing is that you do it. God means a lot to a lot of people, but until you experience him, it means nothing. What? Your own experience is your ticket. That's it. That's all you need to worry about. What somebody know about God, believe in God, ain't got a damn thing to do with you. Get your own. That's what my goal here to get you to know yourself. I know God for myself. My thing is to get you to know for yourself. You're not going to be convinced by me. Convince yourself. Find out for yourself. That's why I'm talking about different than teaching and preaching. I'm not here to tell you how blessed I am because how I live. No, I'm trying to teach you how to live so you can get the blessings for yourself. I'm getting mine. All right, doing what I'm doing right here, right now. Now, I'm going to stop right here because I see the clock 24. All right, I got another lesson coming up, but I'm going to keep going. You know how I do it. It's good information, so let's go. There are many paths to liberation, like I'm trying to tell you, and they all lead to the same destination. Again, these are the qualities right here. It's called dispassion and detachment. They are indispensable, science, proven science's concepts to be practiced and mastered. And once you have a total, complete understanding of these teachings and what they can do, now you begin to it will take root where in your heart. You will become live it. You will make it part of what you do. My dispassion meaning I'm not showing compassion for any and empathy for any and everybody. I know how to just take myself out of that. It ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? Detachment. Again, not getting involved with something that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not nosy, so I really don't care. I tell people in a minute, TMI, why? That's too much information. I don't need to know all that. Why? I don't care. Simple. So all that trying to convince me to telling me, but no, I don't need to know none of that. Moving on. That's the difference. And when you become like that, gossip, nonsense, drama, that don't mess with you. Why? People don't bring it to you. They know you ain't going for it. That's why. Young children, don't mess with me. Well, I'm a disciplinarian. I don't give a damn. If you out of pocket, I'm checking you. If I can't do that, get on away from me. Why? I ain't dealing with you. Why? I need to be under some kind of control. I'm the adult. You the child. If I can't control you, bye. Again, these are qualities that you can use to better yourself. But neither loving nor hating, neither wanting or not wanting. These are things that you become detached from and concern you less with in life. New car, fancy stuff. Those things used to mean a lot to me, materialistically. Now, spiritually, means nothing. Okay, so all actions should be based on what? And guarded by, you ready? Maya. She represents truth, justice, righteousness, and my favorite, reciprocity and balance. When you see me doing this, that's Maya. Y'all like to do the cross, all that. No, I'm going to just straight up tell you that that's what she represents. Okay. Now, no longer is there an action, watch this, reaction mentality of what? Doing something to someone. Why? Because someone did something to you. Remember that? That's revenge. I just did that thing about forgiveness. That's some part of the lesson. I ain't big on forgiving. Why? If you wrong me, and I get a chance to wrong you back, I'm going to do that. Why? You deserve it. That's karma. I practice karma. You get what you deserve. If you do something to me, you deserve it. Have it done to you. That's why. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not a Christian. Christians live by that forgive you nonsense. I'm not a Christian. Watch this. Now one is more and more able now to what? Controls one what? Emotions and behavior. If you get emotional attached, your behavior going to be erratic. It's going to be suspect. Why? Because it's acting out emotion. Simple as that. And it's never good. That's never good. That's the ego creeping in, taking over. Give me a reason to act a fool. Most people, they can act nice and prim and proper, but the first time something don't go their way, oh, they going right back to the hood. They going straight hood. They going to get reckless and crazy. I love it. What's this? It's human nature. Don't fault them. That's who we are. No longer would it be necessary for you to act like an animal. Okay, I got another word for it. Nigga. Don't come on, man. Don't get stupid. Okay, and people look at you in that manner. So don't act like an animal. That's a better word. Or what? Indulge in one's what? Egos. When one is what? Is ridiculous or praised. Either way it go, the ego going to do what it does. If you let the ego call the shots, you're going to deal with this on a regular basis. It's not good. Now, one will live above these ignorant there you go. When what? When praise or ridicule, what's this? One will live with one's divine essence when? And truth, when one recognizes their ignorance of what? The others, and now will be strong enough to now exercise what? Compassion and understanding for them. I don't have no hate for people doing dumb stuff. I just get to know it. I try to what? Help them. My empathy and compassion is in the action I'm seeing them doing. Then I try to help. Simple as that. Now, from this position, what's this? Okay, one recognize ignorance in order to help strong feeling for the others and understanding them. Again, somebody doing things that you try to help them with. Now, from this position, it will be possible to what? To do greatest good what? For others. I'm always trying to help, never hurt. I ain't here to do nothing to nobody but help. So I understand the concept. Thus, a true transformation will occur within you as an individual. In ancient Egypt mythology, the scarab is the symbol of what? Transformation. Why? From mortal to spiritual consciousness, meaning being ignorant to being enlightened. That's why you see the sign right here. I'm about to close it up. I see the clock, but don't care at this point. All right, that's the scarab. That's what's making this new life. That's recognize this transformation. I got the lesson coming for you. I did something on that, but I showed you Scarab. That's Kepri. And this is what? The nurturing of what they call baby Haru. That's the divine soul. Okay? By who? Mother Aset. And life-giving force. She gives love. She gives you foundation. She gives you nourishment and support. Ain't that what mothers do? They've been doing that since the beginning of time. My mother did that for me. I'm still living off the stuff my mother gave me, said, boy, the older I get, the more I get like my mom. Because what she gave me was life lessons. I didn't know that now. I know now. So I can say my lessons about life. Why? I learned the old-fashioned way. Oh, I got them. And watch this. In secret hiding until what? He was old enough. When Haru was born, his uncle was trying to kill him. So everybody got a story with an evil uncle, Krishna. Everybody got an evil uncle where she had to keep him in hiding till he was old enough to what? To be able to do battle with who? His evil uncle, which is Set. That represents the ego. Okay, the ego is what killed his father. So she prepared him to do battle with his ego self. Okay, they're one and the same. Okay, remember, Set and Haru is in the same body. And ego, Set is represented by, you ready? These are the qualities that she wanted him not to have. Greed, ignorance, lust, jealousy, envy, all those negative qualities. As a baby, tree is fenced off to what? She did that to protect him. So too, that we must now protect ourselves against what? Those negative qualities during the process of what? Our spiritual growth. Remember, you're coming in to learn. So you're young. You got to be aware of all those things. And through your spiritual growth, and you are limited. You should be limiting contact with what? Negative people, toxic people, dysfunctional people, egoistic people, everything that's negative, try to keep away from them. Why? Because they will pollute you. Ain't nothing better than seeing a child that haven't been traumatized to the world they come into. Meaning they in an environment of loving and care. They just happy. They pure. That's as best as it's going to get. It's going to get worse after that. Why? They're going to come to reality of, reality sets in. That's spiritual growth that you got to learn to handle yourself while you're here. And that's what parenting, that's what mother's job is about. And even though single parenting ain't my thing, mothers will always be mothers. Ain't nothing worse than a bad mother. You got a bunch of bad fathers. A good father is not the norm. Okay, that's the anomaly. But a bad mother is an anomaly too, but they happen again. So who gets to pay the price? The child. The path of wisdom, right? Things I'm wrapping it up. I see the clock. The path of wisdom and action have been emphasized. Whoa. Excuse me. Missed the line. You have to stay away from negative people or bad circumstances, dysfunctional stuff, and keeping company with what? Keep them around people of raised consciousness, enlightened sage preferably. Wow. Okay, let me wrap it up. The path of wisdom and action have been emphasized in this volume and will continue to be. However, all paths must be integrated. Not one, but all need to be understood. Although one may focus on any one yogic path, again, your choice that you're comfortable with. I chose wisdom and self-service. One will find that all aspects of the others are always involved. They all connected, that's why. And the essence of your spiritual journey is a personal search for you to know yourself. Wrapping it up with this phrase, Egyptian proverb. Salvation is accomplished how? Through the efforts of every individual. Dr. Clark, no exceptions. And there is no mediator between man and his or her salvation. Meaning you're responsible for your actions. You reap what you sow. That's the way the game is played. That's the way it goes. That's the lesson. I'm going to stop right there and be back with ancient Egypt. Some more information. All good stuff. That, again, you can practice once you understand and learn what it is. My job to break it down for you. And in closing, right there, because may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I'll never know that my right thinker has passed away. I'll be right back.